All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Beers and Bets. I am Justin with at chasing_bets on Twitter and Beers and Bets on YouTube. And today we are going to be talking about betting 101. We are going to strip it down to the basics. Myself, I am a relatively new Twitter page, and I've been an experienced bettor. I've been betting probably 3 or 4 years now. Those of you who follow me, who I talk with, you all know that I've been betting for a little bit now. But I did just get this Twitter page, and since I've had a bunch of new bettors reach out to me, just chatting with me, seeing what picks are, asking me to go in depth, asking me questions about lines, spreads, parlays, this and that. Just really wanting to get into it. And first of all, I want to say welcome to the sports betting world. It's a fun ride. It's ups and downs. Not every day is a good day. You're going to have losing days. You're going to have winning days. Happens to us all. So the idea, win some money. So today, that is what I'm going to be doing with y'all. I'm just going to be talking about basics of betting. We're going to go over the spreads. We're going to go over lines. We're going to go over parlays, props, everything that's on the sports book that you will be using every day, every week, however you want to use it. So sit back, enjoy, and let me know if you like it. Go follow me on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, and leave me some comments letting me know some feedback. And if there's anything else you want to see covered, I can always do more videos and release out more info, more insight. If I did miss anything, just shoot me a DM and let me know, and I will make sure to cover it. So that being said, let's get into it. Rule number one is I'm here on Twitter to post my picks, give some advice on the lines that I like. I am not telling anyone how much to bet. That's not for me to decide. Like the Alabama game, for example, is a $50 FanDuel basically giveaway that they were doing. It's a $50 max bet. I never tell people to do the max bet. I tell people what I'll be taking, but for you, it is up to you how much you want to spend per bet. It's not my decision. Bet what's comfortable for you. If you're just starting out, getting the feel of things, there's nothing wrong with $5, $10 bets. Stick there, build that account, get used to the betting, the sports book, just getting the hang of it. We've all started there. That's how I started off. Was I would go through, and each day I would just pick one or two bets, throw $5, $10 on it. I slowly built that account and then raised up to 15, 20, and so on. So that's the main thing. In order to be successful, you really have to be comfortable with it. So stick to what you're comfortable with. Do not throw anything too big on something you're not sure about, or anything you're uncomfortable with. So that being said, bet responsibly, but it's a fun game, and we're all here with you. And welcome to the sports betting world. So that being said, we are going to dive right into a lot of the terms you will be hearing. I will also pull up my FanDuel account, and I'll kind of show you firsthand how how to go about betting those spreads, teasers, parlays, whatnot. So basically, if I can, I'm going to pull up my FanDuel real fast, and here it is. I've pulled up the college basketball lines because I will be taking some of these myself, but basketball is great because you have a wide spread, money lines, over-unders. So basically, let's just go to Florida and Vanderbilt today. We'll click on this one, expand this out. So right here are your main lines. You've got your spread, which is at 12.5, as you see. So the plus 12.5, that means Vanderbilt is underdogs by 12.5 points. and they have to either win or lose by less than 12.5 points. So if they lose by 12 or under or win, you made some money. Vice versa, if you pick Florida to cover the minus 12.5, that means they have to win by more than 13 points. They have to cover that 12.5, win more than 12.5. If you win, they win 13-0, you win. So that's the spreads just broken down real fast. Money line, fairly simple. This is where you just pick them to win. In this game, for example, not a lot of money to be made if you're betting money lines on Florida. As you would see here, say you're going for $100 here, you'd win $8 if Florida wins. So not a whole lot to be made there. However, if you go to the spread and have them cover that, you're winning 92.59. So in these games, a lot of people lean more towards the spreads just because it is more value in it, and also it's just really what you see more of, unless the money line is down more towards even, or if you're an underdog fan, say you're a Vanderbilt fan, and you think Vanderbilt's just going to upset them, maybe you'll throw a small amount on them, and if they pull off a big upset, you're winning big. A little bit riskier there. I would not be taking that. I would lean more to taking the underdog spread versus the money line, even if I think they're going to win. It just gives a little bit of leeway there. So money line, basically just your pick'ems. Pick whoever you want to win, and all they have to do is win, and you win out. Then here your total is the over/under. This game is over/under 144.5. So combined, both teams have to score that amount. Once they hit, if you go over, both teams score more than 144.5 combined, you win. Under, you lose. If you take the under, once they hit 145, you lose. You want to stay under. That's pretty self-explanatory as far as the over-unders go. But that's just to get you used to this line here. This line is your basics of betting. So you will be seeing this basically right off the bat. Now say you want to throw a couple in there, you can do a parlay. I usually do maybe a 2-team parlay a night, 2-3 teams. So say I think Florida's going to win this big, so I'll take Florida 12.5, and then say I go back to college basketball here, and just for shits and giggles, we will pick, this game am taking, we'll take Georgia plus 4.5. So we will, where'd it go? We will take that, and then we'll go over here to the bet slip. So you have your straight up, which I could do, $10 on Florida to win, $10 on Georgia to win, $9.26, $9.62, or if you want, you can parlay the two together. And what that does is it just increases the odds. Both bets have to hit, or whatever you put into a parlay, all of those bets have to hit in order for the parlay to hit. But if you come up here and you put $10 down, you're winning $27.78 at plus 278 odds versus taking two straight up bets at minus 108 and minus 104. A little bit more money there to be made, but a lot more has to fall into place. You're putting all your bets into one pick, basically. The more teams you put on a parlay, the more picks you put on a parlay, the greater the odds go. They substantially jump up. Like Ohio State, we could throw their money line on, and now because it's a 3-team parlay, it jumped from a 278 all the way up to a 615. Then say you throw $10 on that, you're looking at 61 if they hit. So those are your parlays there. More dig into it if you want to play around with them. They're fun. If you're new to it, never done a parlay, stick to 2-3 teams you're comfortable with. Throw a little bit money down, and it's a great way to really throw all your bets that you want to take into one. Another way you can do this is with a teaser. Um, and if I can, so we'll stay with these teams. We'll have Florida 12.5 favorite, Georgia plus 4.5, and Ohio State minus 7.5. If you come up here to teaser, what you're doing is you pick however many points you want. The more points you pick, the less the odds are. Um, and so what this does is it expands your spread for all of those games. So if you notice here, I'm at a +4. So Florida minus 12.5, Georgia plus 4.5. That will go to a Florida 8.5 and a Georgia 8.5. So if they're favorites, it'll bring it down. If they're underdogs, it'll bring that spread up, giving them more room to play. It's a little bit safer, little less cash to be made in it, but it's a little bit safer. When I do bigger parlays, that is usually what I'm going with. I'm usually doing more of a teaser to expand the chances of me winning and that paying out. Um, Round robins, I really don't do round robins much. I haven't really gotten into them. I stick to more of the straight up teaser parlays type thing. Round robins, basically, you throw money down and it bets it two, like for me, two of the three would have to hit. And then you get paid out a certain way. I don't know much about them solely because I don't really jump into them. I don't do round robins. If y'all want some more info on round robins, I can pull. You all know my buddy Joey. He does a lot of round robins. Next beers and bets that I do with him, if you all want me to cover it with him, I'll have him tell you what he likes to do for his round robins. But since I really don't do a whole lot of them, I'm not really going to touch this space solely because I don't have the knowledge in it. I don't have the experience with round robins, so I don't know really what works for me. So I'm just going to stay away from it. But it is another prop that you can use on here to make bets on. So that being said, now that we've kind of covered your standard bets, your straight up bets, your parlays, your teasers, a lot of people have asked about prop bets, and prop bets are a fun way to really expand the game. You root for more in the game than just a winner or loser. For me, especially with football, I love doing prop bets in football and baseball solely because not only am I rooting for a team to win at that point, I'm also rooting for players and things to happen. I'm rooting for say last week, for example, I had Tyreek Hill over 76 receiving yards. It gave me an added bonus in there to watch him, root for him, along with the Chiefs to cover. It just more bets for me. I don't put as much on prop bets solely because for me it's just to make the games more exciting to watch. Um, there's no right or wrong to them. I just like to throw a little bit out there just to see if they hit. That's why I don't normally post my prop bets for my card on Twitter because it solely I just use them to make the game a little bit more fun, a little bit more intense to watch. If there is a prop bet out there, especially with football or baseball where I'm really into them, I will post those just because I'll let people know, hey, this is out there, great line. Go ahead and snag it if you want. I'm a big fan of it. So unless it's something like that, I usually don't post prop bets and I stick to my spreads, my money lines, under overs, stuff like that. Um, so that being said, let me pull this back up and we will go into some prop bets for the upcoming weekend. Like I said, since football I do a lot of prop bets with football. So we are going to look at some prop bets here because there's just so many, especially with the Super Bowl. I'm going to be making a special video for all of my prop bets going through, and they have some fun, crazy, wild lines, and we're going to hop on some. So I will be making a special video of me making my picks for that, just going through everything. So in here are your prop bets, game props. You see alternate spreads, winning margins, all that. I really like player props, so I'll go over to player props. And anytime touchdown score basically speaks for itself. If they score a touchdown, you win. All right here. You can go as a little bit riskier with first touchdown score, and then you get into the player props of passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, first half props, second half props, total receptions. So, for example, I've been big on Tyreek Hill this year. So he is at 88 and a half receiving yards under over, which is pretty high. But after last week, after he put up 160, I mean, this guy can do it too. I mean, one catch and he's getting a 70-yard touchdown. This guy can easily do that. But 88 and a half in a Super Bowl game is a lot. I haven't looked into these yet, so I'm not going to be taking anything right now. But these are all your prop bets. Rushing yards over under 51 for Leonard Fournette. So you can kind of go through here at your own, play through the props, see what you like. If there's a favorite player of yours, say you're a Brady fan, and you think he's going to rush the ball one time, his over under rushing yards is 0.5. So if he gets 1 yard rushing, that's a big payout. That's actually crazy right now. He doesn't run the ball, but if he takes off one time, that could be a big payout there. I may be looking into that a little bit more. But besides that, passing yards. Say you think Tom Brady's going to have to match Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is at 325 and Brady's at 291. I think both those lines are great. But I mean, you can see here, there's every single thing that you could want. Every player, receptions, yards, this and that, it's all right here. In the player prop section, you can go to game props and, will there be a safety or will there be a field goal? Will both teams score 3 times? This and that. There is everything on that. So that kind of dives into FanDuel, at least from my page, FanDuel is what I use. Kind of dives in to show you a lot of the bets you're going to be using, hearing about. I know a lot of other fellow bettors on Twitter, their picks, they post parlays, teasers. I'm a big fan of teasers, so you'll see a lot of teasers from me on big weekends where there's a lot going on. I'll usually have a 4 or 5 team teaser that I have going on. But that being said, that kind of covers all of your basics. If you are an experienced bettor watching this video, never hurts to have a refresher. But also, if you have a Twitter page, if you're one of the Twitter pages that follow me, you're an experienced bettor. Share this for some of your inexperienced new bettors, and see if they can get anything out of it. We're all here to help each other. We all want to make money. It's us against the bookies. And that being said, it's a fun time, a lot of ups and downs. But I've been doing it 3-4 years, and I don't plan on stopping just because it really is fun. It gets people connected. A lot of my friends, sports bettors, we talk about our lines. I've met a lot of people through my Twitter account that I just started about a month ago, and it's really expanding. Met a lot of people through there. We talk sports, we talk our lines. It's really just another world of people coming together, communicating, talking sports. It's really a nice way to kind of get away from what's going on in the world and relax, unwind, bet some money on sports, and watch what brings us all together. So if you have any questions, anything that I missed that you want to know more about, like I said, leave a comment, message me on Twitter at chasing_bets. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in, following along. It's meant a lot to me. We actually are starting to make some shirts. So if anyone's interested, let me know. I'm actually wearing one right now, Beers and Bets, with the little beer can logo, since we always crack a cold one before we start each show. But overall, thank you all so much. This wouldn't be possible without you. And if there's anything you want, let me know. Leave it in a comment, message me, come say hi. Otherwise, best of luck. Be responsible. And let's have some fun. All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks.